champions 11 in place of David Beckham. Otherwise, they lined up as expected. Mind you, Jaap Stam and co could be forgiven for feeling weary. They'd already completed 26 games. Everton had played 8 less than United. They were without their suspended Scottish international Don Hutchison. Abel Xavier deputised. So, could Sir Alex Ferguson and Steve McClaren inspire their squad to keep focused after the globe-trotting? Everton were capable of providing just as stiff a test as anyone else in the world. Your match commentator is John Champion.
So it's now official. Manchester United really are the best club side in the world. Which doesn't protect them from defeat at the hands of Everton today. A Northwest derby, plenty of feeling between these clubs. Two managers, Alex Ferguson and Walter Smith, are close friends, but that's forgotten for the next 90 minutes. Manchester United seeking to regain their equilibrium after their globe-trotting and to return to winning ways in the English Premier League. Rather too many defeats for Alex Ferguson and Manchester United. Of their last 12 games in all competitions, they've lost 5. But only 2 losses in the Premier League. 5-0 at Chelsea, 3-1 at Tottenham. At home, well, this remains a pretty impregnable fortress, certainly in league competition. Here's Giggs. It's a stumble there by Paul Scholes. Gary Neville, Roy Keane, Keane's cross, Giggs and Scholes. It was a good solid block by Richard Dunn. Giggs, Unsworth. Everton can't get it away. David Weir vying for it. But it was Richard Dunn who got in the way of Paul Scholes' effort. Collins. Everton have drawn their last 3 Premier League games. 7 without a win since the 1-0 victory at Liverpool in September. This is Mark Pembridge. Intervention was by Stam. Unsworth with time, and Jeffers has scored for Everton. And Bosnich is injured. Francis Jeffers, the 18-year-old striker, in whom Everton have invested so much hope for the future, scores after 7 minutes at Old Trafford. And what's more, as well as losing a goal, Manchester United might be about to lose their goalkeeper. It's difficult to see exactly what he did, but Rob Swire, the physio, is accompanying Mark Bosnich, and Raymond van der Hout is going to have to come on. He's having real problems with goalkeepers, the Manchester United manager. Replacing Schmeichel is proving a very awkward task. Valencia here in the Champions League on Wednesday. Massimo Taibi is ineligible for the Champions League. Mark Bosnich obviously has the injury, and so here comes 36-year-old Raymond van der Hout. Walter Smith won't be too disappointed. Scholes. Away by Weir, only as far as Keane. He was being held by John Collins. Giggs. Solskjaer! That's some save by Paul Gerrard. Crowd held its collective breath, expecting the net to bulge. That it didn't was down to an inspired piece of goalkeeping. Now it's a free kick, but Everton's hero was Paul Gerrard, who had to change direction and thrust out that left arm. It's been a strange season for Everton. Mid-table in the Premier League, but beaten by Oxford in the League Cup. And they go to St James's Park next Saturday in the FA Cup, not Newcastle but Exeter. Oh, and they've hit the frame of the goal! Jeffer's header, hitting the crossbar and coming out again. It could so easily have been 2. And maybe, just maybe, this is a good day to visit Old Trafford. There aren't many.
Come here.
Unsworth's header out. Gary Neville's throw. The top half position has been a distant dream for Everton for much of the last few seasons, but there have been signs this year that things are going to get better for them. Oh, was that handball? It was! By Richard Dunn. Well, that's just what Everton didn't need. He went to head it, and it hit his arm. It's a major misjudgment. And so Manchester United have been gifted the opportunity of an equalising goal. Mr. Reliable from the penalty spot. Dennis Irwin rolls it in for 1-1. Comprehensive enough. Why, oh why, did Dunn handle? Stamp. Sheringham. There's Owen. David Weir. Manchester United were feeling a little weary and leggy after so many hours on an aeroplane this week. They seem to be shaking off that lethargy. The nature of the equaliser will be a real boost to them. Xavier. Barnby. There was no contact, no foul. Scholes. Solskjaer is in and has got a second goal for Manchester United. Paul Gerrard will be desperately disappointed because he got a big piece of it and still couldn't prevent it from entering the net. Released by Scholes. Too much pace. Gerrard should have done rather better. I wouldn't describe the conditions as Arctic. It's chilly, yes, but not as cold as it might look from those pictures. Just feels cold after Tokyo. A scything challenge by Keane, but plays allowed to continue by Graham Poll. Barnby, Pembridge. He was impeded. It is a free kick. Barnby runs over for Collins to strike. never really threatened. Everton have played 8 games fewer than Manchester United this season. United's tally bolstered by 11 non-Premier League matches. Here's Solskjaer again, and he's scored again! And this game is rapidly running away from Everton. They spent a large portion of this first half in the lead, but now they trail 3-1. And Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, this oh-so-popular Norwegian, has just claimed his 50th Manchester United goal. It's more like it. Not from Walter Smith's perspective, though. So much success at Rangers, but life is altogether tougher with Everton. Solskjaer, Weir gets to him this time. There is a lack of pace in that Everton back line, which has been exposed a couple of times. Dunn, Goff, Weir and Unsworth, none of them are sprinters. But here's Irwin. There's Goff and Giggs. The half-time whistle come a little earlier, it wouldn't have been greeted with quite such a raucous and enthusiastic cheer. But as it is, there's plenty for the home supporters to be happy about. Francis Jeffers gave Everton an early lead. Dennis Irwin equalised from the penalty spot after Dunn's mystifying handball offence. And then a pair of goals from Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, the second of them, his 50th in the red, white and black of Manchester United. Normal service has been resumed at Old Trafford, and the half-time score is familiar, 3-1 to Manchester United. Everton prepare to get this second half going, and they need to get themselves going, because they've allowed the impetus to slip away. They must be wondering what might have happened had Francis Jeffers' header that hit the crossbar crept in to make it 2-0, but it didn't. That's ancient history now, and they face an uphill battle to take anything from this game. I suppose their only hope is that Manchester United will surely tire a little after all their travelling. Archie Knox on the left there, accompanying Walter Smith. 5 new signings this season, all of them overseas players for Everton. No surprise, though, that there are 3 Scots employed by a Scottish managerial duo, Goff and Weir and Collins. Not making much impression on Manchester United at the moment, nor on their Scottish manager. Manchester United's travels are far from over. Next month they head off to Brazil for the World Club Championship. Controversially been excused from FA Cup duty. Here's Giggs, and still Ryan Giggs, and Keane, and Sheringham couldn't get there. Keane felt he was fouled, Graham Poll didn't. Not too sure that Keane didn't have a case. Unsworth sliding in on him. Collins. Pembridge tried to retain his onside position and failed. Wasn't a lot in it. Everton missing Don Hutchison today through suspension. Made progress the last 2 seasons. 2 years ago under Howard Kendall, 17th, just avoided the drop with 40 points. 3 points and 3 places better off last season. Solskjaer. Scholes. Nicky Butts. Poor control, and Barnby clears. Now Irwin. There's Solskjaer! There's a hat-trick! Not bad for a player who before today had scored just one Premier League goal in the last 7 months. Splendid delivery from Irwin, and the nod of approval from Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. 4-1 Manchester United. It's as if they'd never been away. But Francis Jeffers' goal for Everton seems an awfully long time ago. Three for Solskjaer, 4 for Manchester United. And his is the name on the lips of the 55,000, vast majority of whom are supporting the Reds. Giggs. Barnby. Solskjaer dumped on the seat of his pants. Collins. Scholes playing that right-sided role with Beckham taking a rest on the bench today. Paul Scholes. Have another go. Pembridge. Barnby. Jeffers. Their goal kick. Worth another look. The hat-trick goal from Solskjaer. Ideal delivery, ideal finish. Collins. Jeffers. Barnby. Header out was by Sylvestre. Like an 11th Premier League win of the season for Manchester United. 11 wins out of 16 games. A couple of blips along the way. The end of their Premier League record, 29 games unbeaten, with the 5-0 hammering at Chelsea, which equalled their worst defeat under Alec Ferguson. Remember, they lost 5-0 at Newcastle a couple of years back as well. Premier League champions in 4 of its 6 seasons. Only Blackburn in '95 and Arsenal in 1998 have denied them. Unsworth. Done. Oh, given straight to Giggs. Problems here for Everton. Solskjaer! He's got 4. And it's the second time he's managed that feat this calendar year in the Premier League. He got 4 at Forest back in February. That day, Manchester United won 8-1, 4 in 10 minutes. This is 4 in 29 minutes. What a nice position to be in. Coming on as a substitute at Old Trafford for Manchester United. 5-1 up as Phil Neville replaces Mikhail Sylvestre. All the signs are that they believe the job has been well done. Cole coming on in place of Giggs. That's the word we're getting from the fourth official, which he now confirms to the crowd. And these changes being made very much with Champions League duty in mind. Valencia here on Wednesday. Those hamstrings of Ryan Giggs being protected. Scholes. Andy Cole. But Scholes coming in at the far post. Keeper just hung it up and hoped. Keane. But Philip Neville. There was a foul, but the referee playing on with Manchester United in possession. Header over the top by Sheringham. It's looking like a good week for Manchester United. Intercontinental crown, and then a drubbing of a fairly local rival in the English Premier League. Unsworth to Tony Grant. Jeffers trod on the ball. And I think his afternoon began so promisingly. Smith almost rendered speechless. He's a pretty phlegmatic character. Grant. Gary Neville. That's a job well done by Manchester United. From unpromising beginnings when they fell behind to a 7th-minute goal by Francis Jeffers. But Ole Gunnar Solskjaer writes his own headlines, and 4 goals will ensure him plenty of column inches tomorrow. 4 in 29 minutes as Manchester United completed a nap hand. 11 wins in 16 Premier League games. Intercontinental champions, good for the bank balance, good for the air miles, and good for the heart to see them back and playing at their best in front of their home crowd. 5-1 winners today.
So Ole Gunnar Solskjaer took the match ball for that hat-trick. Another souvenir for him after what had been a fantastic week for